one thing. Joe, you're looking good.
Okay, thank you.
Let's do lunch sometime.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to hang up.
Okay, thank you. All right. I'll let him answer your questions, okay.
Well, the first. Oh, let me take the first question
Yes,
first,
sir,
Gary.
yeah.
Gary, I do not gamble. I don't believe that government should be running industries. I believe industries should be running industries, and I believe that those that are being regulated by the industries should be paid for by those that are being regulated. So, gaming, it's here. It's nothing. It's nothing that I'm going to do as governor to roll it back. We're not going to unroll. We're not going to throw out gambling in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It's here now, so we're going to have to deal with it. In terms of open borders, we have laws in this country that says that if you want to come to this country, you need to come by the way of the front door, not the back door.
Right.
What part of illegal did we miss? Ill or legal? No, I do not believe in open borders. I do not want Al Qaeda. I do not want Al Qaeda that's coming into this country with a dirty bomb. I don't believe in that. I believe that we ought to know who's coming in our country by air, land, and sea. We ought to know that. So I do not believe in open borders.
Now, let me do a question while we're waiting on the next caller to get in. See, here in Pennsylvania, we had a problem with illegals coming here. It was a plant over in, I think it was Switchtown. I think it was a plant was called Phantom. They used to go over there all the time and bust illegal aliens over there all the time. That people was drawing them in here. Drawing them in because they would work for little pennies on the dollar or something. And that happened quite a number of times. I think the plant, is finally shut down, I believe, now. Oh, okay. So, we have one of our city council members on the line here now. I got to let her in. Hi, Tony. How you doing today? Hi, Tony.
Hello. How are you?
Okay. How you doing today? Y'all know you got comments.
You look wonderful, both of you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, a couple questions for Mr. Mansfield.
Sure. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay. First of all, as you were talking, less government, okay? Okay. Now, I think that the national health care was a blessing from God.
You want it in?
Okay. So that's where I'm at, because we're saving children. In a world with 29 in infancy death, that's a crime. But that's okay. God is taking care. We will get it done. Now, you say less government. Okay, let's do this way. If you want a less government, what about the United States Army? That's government. What about the transportation? That's government. What about Medicare, health care? That's government. The vet, that's a government. My thing is, it really upsets me with the Republican, is they like to have a national health care that we pay for, okay? So they are well taken care of. They're not giving up theirs, okay? Now, that's all we want. Is what the rest of civilized country have, is a national health care. The more healthy that we are, they know as much as in drugs we are. And as far as immigration, we have history in this country, so you know that, Joe. Okay? For some reason, we have to go after someone. Used to be African American were forced here, okay? God love them. They fought back, and they are where they are, and we all got together. Then was the Irish. Look at what they done to the Irish. And then was the Chinese. And now the Italian, which that's what I am, Italian. Now all of a sudden, they are against the Spanish, the Latino. So it has to be somebody in this country all through the years they have to go against.
Let me.
Now, a lot of Latino people in this country, in the city of York, are here 3-4 generations. So my point is, how can you split a family, a grandparents, a mother, a child, send them back to the American citizens, some of them not legal. But you can't split the family. When we do stuff like that, and we don't take care of ourselves, God is doing exactly what he's doing to us. It's the greed. Wait, the greed of this country that is destroying the middle class and put all of us in the poorhouse. It's the greed of the rich. It's the greed of the... They're going to pay a price because God does that all the time. He takes so much and then lets it go. I know you want to say something. Go ahead, sir.
Ma'am, first of all, the U.S. Armed Forces is a constitutionally mandated governmental agency. Two,
It's government.
Was that I said smaller federal. I mean, you need to have that. Let's look at the Abraham Lincoln model of governance. Abraham Lincoln said the purpose of government is to do for the people what the people are unable to do for themselves collectively. The people collectively is unable to defend this country against a foreign aggressor. We need an army, we need a navy, and we need an air force to defend this country against a foreign aggressor. Today, that foreign aggressor is called Al Qaeda. And we need to defend against those type of Islamist extremists. That's one. Two, this country is 310 million citizens. This country is too big. It does not have the infrastructure for a nationalized healthcare system. Does not have it. Canada with 30 million people, they're coming over into Rochester, Minnesota to the Mayo Clinic to get care. And that's 30 million people. They're coming from Britain.
That's a propaganda.
Ma'am, they're coming from, no ma'am, because I go to the Mayo Clinic. I am a patient of the Mayo Clinic. So I go to Rochester, Minnesota, and I'm one of those 2.3 million people that goes to that city every year.
Okay.
That's one. Two, if the healthcare systems are so good in Britain, if they're so good, why is the king of Jordan? Why is the president of Iraq? Why is the princes of Iran coming to America if their healthcare systems are so good? I submit to you, ma'am, that those systems are not good. They are abject failures. Our system of healthcare is the best in the nation, in the world.
Only for the rich.
Ma'am, that's
agree.
not true. I'm not going to allow you,
Only for the
Councilman, I'm not going to allow you to get away with that, ma'am. Ma'am,
No,
you
no,
know
but you
that
see,
when I was
first of all,
homeless,
three things that were wrong.
ma'am, when I was homeless,
Accurate.
ma'am,
No king of Iraq can be here, okay? You understand, I'm a European. We have a lot of people from United States that I know went to Europe for special eyes surgery, okay? And I know people that go to specialists in Europe for certain things.
Ma'am, but more people come to America, and that is documented, that is clear. More people come to America for their health care than the other way around.
So many people in here keep the citizenship from Europe because they're afraid to get sick in this country. It is true it's a good health care in here, but what it is only for the rich.
It is not only for the rich, ma'am.
Time that we share, sir.
Ma'am, it is not only for the...
God wants us to.
Ma'am, Councilman, I respectfully disagree. It is not only for the rich. When I was homeless, I had access to quality health care at Hahnemann and Jefferson University when I was homeless. Now, I'm not going to allow you, ma'am, to get away with that. I think that's a flawed argument. We do not need a health insurance executive in between me and my doctor, and I do not need a federal government in between me and my doctor. I don't want neither one.
Okay, well then may I say my side, the side of the story? My son is a school teacher, okay? The best insurance you can get. He got sick a year and a half ago, okay? I had to take him to John Hopkins, okay? So when I was talking him in there, as sick as he was, they didn't know what he had.